Greetings and welcome everybody to another segment of LogI.Q Gaming. And we're back again, guys. And we're going to do some more coverage on some contraptions for you guys to look at and maybe get some ideas from. And just overall have some fun with the game while we're waiting for chapter 2 and these guys to get their shit together. That's just basically what it is. Okay, so guys, we're about to jump into it. And let's do a small recap. So my last video was dealing with the trucks, and the video before that was dealing with the farm park. And in that video, which was a pretty long video, thank you guys for the watches and the likes and everything. In that video, I did some work in there, did some running around, beat down some bots, and then we came back upstairs and we had a little celebration. Okay, and the celebration was where I went over here to a little treat, little contraption that I made. And that's what we're going to be covering today. So the shake machine is what I was talking about from the video before last concerning the farm park, for the update on the farm park actually. And I did a quick tap on the vending machine and didn't really get into much of that. I was like a little tease for you guys. So what we're going to do today is we're going to get more in depth with that machine and show you guys exactly how it works and some of the logic setups on that and everything. And let's go from there. And we're back at the farm park, and this is going to be probably my base of operations for now, where I'll be starting off and everything. So yeah, so let's go over here, guys, and cut the lights on, and let's get going. So let's go cut the radio off. And let's get over here and see what we have going on. All right. All right, my friends. So here's the park. So here's the machine at the park, and you guys remember what I showed you guys all this last time, and this is what we came when I over here. I said, hey man, that was a lot of work. Let's go have a celebration. Let's go get a drink. And I came over here and I showed you guys what was going on. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take you through a detailed overview, as detailed as I can get, without going into the logic setups and as far as how they go and everything, is as far as how the machine actually works and exactly what I got going on over this way. What you guys are seeing right here is the build level, or the build complexity, or how difficulty is pretty high. Building something like this requires knowledge of logic. Okay, that I can't stress this more to you guys out here that want to build these nice contraptions and things that you might see in my world and some of these other guys' world, where they're pretty good and they have an understanding of or comprehension of logic. Okay, this machine is not easy to build and it's extremely expensive. All right, it is not cheap, particularly when you want to build it like I build, and when you're trying to keep everything in the way I build. And I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. I like to build everything in as compact and as efficiently as possible. So I go through great lengths, take a lot of time. Majority of my time spent in scrap mechanic. My playtime is thinking. Okay, is actually sitting there building and then sitting back and looking at something and trying to figure out either how to solve a problem or how to maybe do something better. Or when you're trying to build something new, trying to solve a problem, so when you're trying to create something new, it takes time to go through the iterations, solving the issues and things like that. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to show you guys exactly how this thing works out and go from there. So basically, what I got going on here is the first thing I'm going to show you guys is just like the little light system, and which I showed you guys last time. Now, the way I got it set up now is that the light stays on. But if I come down here and I turn off this switch right here, I'll turn it on. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it, do like that right quick. So now the light's off. See that the light's off? So I got a sensor here, and I got a sensor on that side. So when you walk up on either side of here, light automatically comes on for you. Then you get your drink, come on out, and then the light's off. Okay. Now, of course, you can wig it out by jumping over it and coming back in and reversing it and stuff like that. But that's not what I'm really concerned about. What I want to do is try to give a nice welcoming when you walk up to the machine, particularly if it's at night. You know what I'm saying? You want to get a drink and walk up, the light will come on, and when you walk back off, you know what I'm saying, it turns off. Now, how do I keep that on? Is by coming up here, turning on, activating the sensor, and then hitting the switch off. Okay, like that. And then when I walk up, see, now the light it won't flip over. Okay, So that's a logic issue. We'll work on those things, like I said, in some later videos. Right now, my job is, or my goal is to show you guys these contraptions and give you guys some ideas on how to build some things and everything while you're working on your logic knowledge and skills. Okay, so the way the system is set up, guys, as you can see, I have he's got chair and all this stuff, the little cash register, and all these buttons. What is going on? Okay, so what's going on is this: we have the lights up here tell you exactly what's going on. We have green is the system's on, blue is cashier mode, and purple is self-serve mode. Now, what we did last time in the video before last, when I showed you the farm park update, was I did a which is known as self-serve mode. Because I wanted to get it done quickly. Instead of me sitting in the seat, I wanted to show y'all exactly how you would walk up on a machine like a normal one, hit a button, get a drink, and go from there. Okay. So now, before I go any further, people are going to see. A lot of people say, you might build overcomplicated or you might over-engineer. It's not that. You could easily build a vending machine that does a simple thing. But if you want to build it like I got it, and the way it acts, and if you come over here and actually use my machine to see how it acts and works like a real vendor, you're like, man, that's nice. Try to build that in your own world in a simple way and see if you can really do it. It's not as easy as you think it is. You know what I'm saying? People say, oh, I can do that with a simple logic setup. Try it and see what you get. How do you going to set up everything for it? You know what I'm saying? I got security on it and everything, which I haven't even gotten into. Okay. So like I said, anyway, so we got green is on, blue is cashier mode, and purple is self-serve. So right now I'm going to demonstrate the cashier's mode right now. Everything's loaded. Drinks is there. Okay. Now, what do you have to do in order to get a drink from here? Well, you got to pay for them. Oh, why you got to pay for them, Logitech? Well, man, come on, man. It's a drink. Well, it's a drink that is extremely rare in this game. They're not easy to get. Okay. And there's no way to get them from. Okay. There's no farming area where you can collect these. They only pop up in chests when you're running around the facilities either in the world or you hit up these Haybot facilities around the world. Okay. That's the only time you get them. And you never know when you're going to get them. You can't select them when you're going to get them. They pop up. And what I've done is I started just holding on to them. And I stockpiled a crap load of them. Okay. So, and I use them for the vending machine. I don't even drink them. Even when I want to come over here, I have to pay for it. So what you need right now, you need 10 milks, 40 bananas, and 50 pigment flour. So if you would look at your paint tool, this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and on down the line. Okay. So just like what they're doing with the mod pack when you do color coding on some of the stuff and things like that, guys. If you guys are familiar with the mod pack, you know what I'm talking about. All right. So now, in order for this machine to work, I have to have the system on. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to cut the machine on first. Then I'm going to demonstrate you guys what the cashier mode looks like. Okay. So let's cut machine on right here. Okay, now what is this? This is how you activate when you drop your monies here. Okay, your payment here. This sensor activates the system so you can select your drink. Otherwise, you can't select your drink until you activate it with the sensor here. All right. So what happens is when you come up here, you would drop all this stuff here. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to say that for the self-serve one. So what I want to show you here is I'm going to drop like a banana in here. And the way I got the chest set up in here for collection, you can't drop anything else in here but what I got right there. Okay, it's the way I got the chest set up. All right. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to drop a basic banana in there right now just for something simple to show you guys what's going on. We'll drop a little banana right there. Okay, hold on. My bad. Got to back up a little bit. Oh. Right there. There we go. All right, so you want to get that sensor to light. So once that sensor is lit, okay, now what happens is you'll walk up here. I'll be right here. I'll get in the seat. Number 4 to turn around. And everything. And you say, hey, man, I want the blue one. Okay, so you want blue? There you go. There's blue. And there it is. Go get your drink. Duck down. Pull up. You don't got to look at that. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, if people want to build this, I can build that simply. Okay, you know how to do that? See, when people say that, you got to really think about what you're saying. Okay, I'm not down on anybody, but I want people to understand when people say these kind of things, you got to realize it. It's not as simple as it looks. Yeah, you can build simple stuff, But the whole point about scrap mechanic is taking it to the extreme. That's what we want to do here. Okay, try to get it to the limit. All right, that worked. You see that? Now you can't get a drink any other way in this mode, but I have to be in the seat. Okay, for you can't. There's no button for you to push. There's nothing for you to do. What you gonna do? How you gonna get your drink unless you drop it here and then go sit in the seat and you get what you need? Okay. Now, the next mode is self-serve. Self-serve is there's a stage. You come up here. I'll watch you. You drop your stuff right here, and then you put your stuff in and you get what you need. Because people will cheat. Okay. Okay. So now, how do we get to self-serve mode? Well, with self-serve mode, what we do is we come over here, and I hit this button right here. This is turn on self-serve mode. So hit that. See how the light flipped? And now we're in self-serve. Now, even with self-serve, you're not just gonna walk up here. Think you're gonna hit a button? I'm gonna get a drink. No, you gotta pay for it. Okay, and that's what we're gonna do right now. So we're gonna do what we did in the last video, where I walked up here, I put the monies down, put my payments down here, and I paid for it. So what do we need? The milks, bananas, and pigment flour. We got it all, baby. I'm just gonna drop it all in there. What is it? And 10 milk. Look at that. That's all your stuff. And you say, hey, man, now what we got last time, guys? The last one we got a pink. Let's do the purple one this time. And there we go. Purple drink. And it's still right up for me. Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. That's what I'm talking about. Delicious. See, I'm the owner. So I can take me a drink like that. That's what I can do. Let's go turn these lights off. All right, guys. That's that. That's exactly how that system works. Real simple. Well, simple enough. Straightforward when it's for operation is what I'm saying. Ease. Now, how do I load the system? Well, damn. See, how you get in there? How do you put stuff back in there? Okay. Well, it's easy to do. So what I do is I come over here and see this switch up here. We hit this switch. All right, there we go. And then what we do is we hit the yellow. Now I got two ways I can do it. I can either open the front door. Close that. Or we can go for the top. I like to go from the top. It's easy to do it from the top. Open that like that. All right, now what we do is grab a couple shakes and a block. Come up here like this. I take the blocks. 1, 2, grab a shake. Hold down F. 1, 2. I gotta paint them. Blue. Purple. Oh, am I out of paint again? Man, I'm always out of paint, guys. I always run out of paint. Let's go make a quick paint right quick. I run out of paint all the time, and the reason why is because I'm always painting stuff, man. I collect a lot of pigment flour. All right, so we just real quick. That's why I'm glad I put this stuff over here. All right, there we go. We're good enough. All right. Okay, so if you paint that one purple and drop it. And that's simple. Load it. Then we did hit the button again. Close that. Close that. And we load it. How awesome is that? Wow. Incredible. All right. So that's just how I load. Now, show you guys what everything looks like and how it operates. Okay. What does the logic system look like? Before we do that, let's take a gander at that logic. You see that there? That's just for this setup right here. All this logic right here. Don't pay attention to these other blues coming from over this side. The logic just for that is right here. See that? So let's go to the back. And that's all the logic for this whole contraption is all in inside the machine. It's not all over here. It's not in some separate area. It's in the machine. If I wanted to pop this machine out of this section, I can pop it out of here and take the whole machine to a different location if I wanted to. Okay? So to show you what everything looks like, hit this button. And those are the machines. So now you can see the logic set up. That's the blue one. That's the pink one. And that's the purple. And that's the logic for it right there. Okay. Now, how do I access, like if I wanted to get my money out here and clear out the collection? You know how those guys come in and get the money out the vending machines after you finish? Well, I hit this switch right here. And bam. See? There go the stuff I just put in there right there. You see that? Do that. Close it. This switch right here is for this down here so I can get to this logic. Down this way. I didn't realize that sensor was there. I'll pop that off. No problem. And go like that. See? So that sensor right there, guys, that you just saw, I didn't realize it was attached to the door like that. That sensor controls the light on this side of over here. So this whole thing is separate from the rest of the farm park. And we say, what do you mean it's separate? It's not connected to it in a general way. So you see these burns right here? All right, these burns separate this whole area from the entire farm park. So this is not, like I'll show you. So if I try to connect the switch, it's like this button right here. This button and those logic gates over here. It's like I wanted to connect this button to this logic gate. See how they disappeared? See how it's not part of that? See how you can't see the rest of the park, the logic in the park? It's just, this is just the logic for this area. See that? Because it's not connected to the base at all. It's in the base, but not in the base. This is how you build in Scrap Mechanic and minimize lag. Scrap Mechanic is, they claim you can build anything, and you can to a degree. The game doesn't like large facility. It does not like that at all. It would start to get frame rate drops. And y'all notice this when you first start the game off, you get a frame rate at like 100 and some. You almost running almost 200 frames a second. No, something like that. It's fast. But as soon as you start building stuff, start laying stuff down, building big trucks and everything, your frame rate's down now. Look at my frame rate's now at 60, which is not bad. But if I get out in the world somewhere where I'm not around anything, I just start running, my frame's up at 150 frames a second. What's going on there? What's going on there is that the machines, the program is trying to calculate and keep track of all this stuff that I got in here, including the painting, all the connection lines and everything. So it's a lot going on, which I comprehend. At the same time, it can destroy the performance. So the way to minimize performance issues is when you're building like this is to build smart and build part but not of. As you can see, I got two burns here. I got two burns right there. These burns help separate this from this whole machine. That way I can build this. I also got it. The entire park is like that. So the farms are on a system. That's on the separate system. And that's on a separate system. Even though this whole park is on the same tile, it's not really hurting the frames that much because of the way I got everything set up. And I don't have like huge walled in areas. That's when Scrap Mechanics start to have problems. I build mostly like framework. As you can see, there's not a lot of enclosed type areas, even for the kitchen. It's just a framework with open walls. That way you can limit your frame rate drops and have better performance. Okay, guys? Well, man, I hope y'all guys enjoyed that, man. I just really wanted to show y'all guys that. And this is like I said, this is one of three that I built in this world. And I'll show you those other ones as we go through. Y'all seen the other one already in my earlier videos. Just probably didn't even notice it. But y'all seen it, and I'll do an expose on that one as well. Show you how that one works. And we'll go through all that. So, man, I hope you guys enjoyed that, man, and got a lot out of this, out of that particular this particular build. This one is a lot of fun, and I enjoy building them. Like I said, they're very, very expensive. They take a lot of knowledge and a lot of time to get right. So, anyway, thank you guys for joining me, man. Hope you guys have a blessed one. Take care, and peace out. Check you on the next one.